Hello and welcome to today's Pick a Card Tarot reading. We are channeling the energy from your ancestors and what they want to communicate with you. I have already pre-drawn an oracle card for each pile as well as a crystal. I will show you them up close, but first I will clear the energies with a singing bowl. So let's begin. Here is pile 1. With the preserve card. And we have the orange crystal for the first pile as well. And for pile number 2, we have the mushroom card. And the purple crystal. I will now begin pile number 1's reading. Timestamps will be below. Welcome, pile number 1. You chose the preserve card, which is all about security, forethought, and thrift. Maybe your ancestors liked to be in the kitchen and make jam. Maybe they grew up during a time where they really had to take into consideration what they can hold on to and how they can use it to the best of their abilities and be thrifty. And so your ancestors really want you to harness that energy at this time. And you may be in the season wherever you are located where it is fruit season or canning in general. And so they really want you to harness that energy inside of you. Chipmunks or squirrels may be symbols for you. You may run into those out in the world, and that could be confirmation when you see them that your ancestors are trying to communicate with you. There's also peanuts. So you may be going through a little bit of a tough time right now, and your ancestors want you to be thrifty with your energy as well as your resources to ensure that long-term security. And the easiest way to be thrifty is to think in advance and plan ahead. So maybe that will be meal prepping or saving something for later, and also just not overworking yourself as well if we're not talking about physical things here, but also with your energy, because we only have so much energy we can use in a day, and we can't run on empty all the time. And that's what your ancestors want you to know, that having the forethought of, if I keep pushing and pushing and pushing, I'm just gonna burn out. So conserve your energy at this time and really choose what you want, where and what you want to put your energy into. But I will read the message from the guidebook for you now. In green witchcraft, preserving a harvest allows you to keep it longer, instead of losing it to decay or waste. It's a thrifty measure that enables you to rely on the fruits of your labor for an extended period of time. Another form of preserving is to put aside a little of what you use every time you use it. This helps build a stockpile to guard against future need. This process is an ongoing low-level investment that doesn't take much time or extra energy. The preserve card reminds you that small gestures accumulate over time. Keep an eye out for areas where you can be thrifty with your time and energy. This doesn't mean you have to deprive yourself now. enjoy your harvest. Just don't use it all at once, simply because it's there. And a reflection this card offers that you can journal about at this time is: how can you work to store and secure what you have successfully produced? So preserving your energy is so important, not just right now, but all the time. And that is what your ancestors want to remind you of. But I will draw a guardian angel oracle card to see what other messages want to come through from your ancestors. You got the Angel of Ascension. Your ancestors want you to know that they are with you as you go through this ascension, whether you realized you were going through it yet or you will be soon. And that is why it is so important to preserve your energy, because if you are ascending to a higher level of yourself, you can only preserve so much energy. Sometimes during ascension, you will feel more tired, and maybe you used to pile all these things into your day-to-day, and now that's just too many tasks to do all at once. And maybe at one time you had the energy resource to do that, but with outside circumstances that you don't necessarily see depleting your energy, you just don't have that same amount of time or energy to do those things. And that's okay. You're just moving into a new chapter where you have to prioritize what is truly important for you. What's coming through right now is similar to when people are teenagers. They have all this energy, but they don't necessarily have a direction to put it in. They're young, they're still learning about themselves. But as you get older, you have a little bit less energy naturally. And so it is important to navigate where you want to put that energy. And so through your ascension, your ancestors are with you and guiding you so that you will know what to put that energy into for the best of your benefit. Rainbows may be significant for you, and you may also be having dreams at this time, maybe messages from your ancestors or symbols that reflect your ancestors, like the squirrel or jams. Even like eating more fruits may be important for getting more energy at this time. But I will read the message from the guidebook for you now. Each of us is on a spiritual journey through life with the goal of coming closer to the divine. Some steps in this journey may occur as life-changing events. Others may be smaller, simpler experiences in our everyday existence. The Angel of Ascension signals that you are about to take a huge step upward in your soul's journey. You may become more sensitive to the energies around you, including angelic energy. You may feel no need for guidance from other people. Coincidences may occur to hasten your path. Call on the angel to support you and make the process more joyous. Ask her to help you let go of fear and see the divine in everything. Aim to bring awareness and love to all that you do. Some symbols of this card are wings, spectrum of light, staircase, Jacob's ladder, rope, eagle, chariot, and rainbows. And an affirmation you can use at this time is: I ascend to a higher level of understanding, joy, and freedom. I ascend to a higher level of understanding, joy, and freedom. So whatever you have going on right now, you are definitely going through a level up, even if it doesn't necessarily feel that way. That is why your ancestors want you to see the divine in everything, even the bad. The lessons you learn help you move on to a higher level and the next chapter that can be more divine because you learned those lessons already. You will know which certain decisions aren't right for you because you've already went through the lesson. I will now draw some tarot cards to see what else your ancestors want to communicate with you at this time. What does pile number 1 need to hear today? Your first tarot card is the Death card. So number 13 may be significant for you, or something may be happening on the 13th that really just transforms your life into a whole different view where your everyday, day to day is changed. And it may not even be that your physical reality is changing much, but that you on the internal is changing. So it's making you view your outside world differently. You are transforming into a completely new version of yourself, a level up. The ascension with the death, this is a positive omen. You are making changes in the most divine way possible. And even if it feels like a little groggy, a little tiring, it's gonna be worth it in the end. Preserve your energy, because going through these changes is tiring. Don't beat yourself up about it. And that can be part of your transformation into your next level, is that you not being so hard on yourself when you're not exactly where you want to be at this time. Let's see your next tarot card. We have the King of Swords. So that's telling me that boundaries are important at this time, and that might be how your life is going to transform. Setting more boundaries with the people you love and the circumstances in your life, even with work. Maybe agreeing to leave work at work. You're not going to consume your energy and your thoughts with work when you are clocked out. When you have left, that is it. You're on to the things you actually care about. Although saying that, that's me assuming you don't care about your work, and maybe that came through for a reason. Maybe this process of ascension is you realizing what is more aligned for you. Maybe your current workplace doesn't feel fulfilling. It doesn't give you that level up energy that you are looking for, and it's been making you feel a little bit stagnant. And maybe you thought it's because you had to work harder to get through this, but your ancestors are saying no. This is divine intervention. The previous chapter you were in, or just wrapping up, that is in the past. And your future self is going to be putting up boundaries on ways of thinking, not allowing yourself to bring yourself down, and also having boundaries with other people, and not allowing other people to take advantage of your kindness. And they may not even realize that they are taking advantage of your kindness. They may assume that, oh, well, so-and-so always says yes, they like to help, and I need their help. And so maybe someone is constantly coming to you for some help or some errands. And while you do like to help, you don't want to be the sole person they count on when they could really be helping themselves. So you putting up the boundaries, it will change the dynamics of your relationships, but in the end, it will be for the best. It will help that person grow as well as yourself, so that you have more time and energy for the things you want to work on, and for your own inner healing, and for the things you have to get done as well. And your next tarot card is Judgment. Yes, there is definitely a transformation going on at this time. And on the Judgment card, it almost feels like these are your old self, and then up top, this is your future self and who you're becoming. And so we have to let go of the old and embrace the new for the most divine, abundant life and fulfilling life as well. And you, like I said earlier, you may have been judging yourself and being hard on yourself about not doing enough, not being able to help everybody. But we are unable to help everyone every time they need the help. And once we accept that and learn that, you're gonna not bring yourself out so much. You're gonna say, yes, I would love to help, but unfortunately, I just don't have it in me and the energy to extend that arm's reach to help you when you're trying to help yourself. And so, moving through this judgmental energy, it's important for transformation, but just don't stay stuck in that judgmental energy. Judgment helps us grow and evolve, but we don't want to be being so judgmental of ourselves that we're putting ourselves down. You don't want to be putting your past self down, because your past self and your current self is only trying to do the best they can with what they know. And you can't hold your past self to the same standards as your current today self, because you just know different things. And it's okay to make mistakes, and it's about growing. So use this judgment energy for growing and evolving into this higher version of yourself. And don't let that debilitate you that you made mistakes, because we all do. And the fact that you can look back at your past self and be like, oh, I'm not happy with how I was back then, shows growth. So the fact that you don't like your past self, or you have some judgments upon them, that's a positive thing. That means you have grown. That means you are different from what you once were, and that is a good thing. So I will now draw a Moonology card to see what else wants to come through for pile number 1. Too many cards came out. Let's do one more shuffle. 2 more. Okay. Luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. Your ancestors want you to know that luck is on your side. Once you start embracing that new version of yourself, things are just going to start aligning. And your ancestors don't want you to be hard on yourself. They want you to hold yourself accountable and keep growing and evolving, but they don't want you to put yourself down. And the more you embrace that change and that evolution within yourself, the more things are just going to start aligning in a freaky, divine way, where you're like, wow, I didn't even know that was possible. Doors are going to open that you didn't even know were there. But I will read the message from the guidebook for you now. Whatever is coming your way, it looks set to put a smile on your face. The new moon in Sagittarius can mark the restart of fun after a period of feeling low. The energy is adventurous and even willing to take a few risks. But be careful you don't bet the farm on something here, as the Wheel of Fortune is still spinning. This card is about exploring life metaphorically, by exchanging big ideas with others, or just thinking about your own philosophies. Perhaps it's time to change your mind about something important. It can signal that a trip away is coming up, if that's something you're working to achieve. But the overall message of this card is that whatever happens next will be some sort of gift, even if that simply means widening your worldview. Count your blessings, literally. Write them down and say them aloud. You need to laugh more. This is a wonderful time to start a course or study. Don't be narrow-minded. Start a week of gratitude practice. Gratitude is very important in this evolution of yours that's going on. Your ancestors want you to take stock of what's in your life that you care about, that you love, that you want to keep in your life, in your future. When you visualize your future self, what are some things that are still in your life that are already in your day-to-day today, if that makes sense? For example, if you love drinking coffee, you're not gonna stop drinking coffee when you've leveled up, unless that's something you're striving for. But if you are a coffee lover, you're not planning on quitting, replace coffee with whatever you choose, then when you are in this new future evolved version of yourself, you're still going to be drinking that yummy tasting coffee. So that is how you can kind of manifest and harness that future, by being grateful for what's already in your life today. Even the smallest things like stretching and just breathing in the fresh air, going for a walk, those little things that we take for granted every day can really help harness in that grateful energy. And I heard someone say, when you are being grateful for something and channeling that energy, it's almost impossible to be in that low vibrational frequency. Because if you are showing gratitude, you are showing you care for something, you love something, and then that something is important in your life. So your ancestors want you to know luck is on your side, and they are right by your side with you, going through the journey of ascending, growing, and your ancestors are proud of you and the evolution you're going through. You're learning to set those boundaries that maybe they never learned how to do that, and they are so proud of you on your journey. Don't hold yourself to too high of an expectation. Get rest and just know things are working in divine timing. So that is your reading for today. I hope it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe for more readings. I will now be moving into pile number 2. Have a blessed day. Welcome, pile number 2. You chose the mushroom card, which is all about recycling and breaking down problems. So right now, your ancestors are definitely with you as you work through any difficulties in your life you are facing right now, or if you've been feeling like you don't really know what direction to go in. Your ancestors want you to break down your problems, make a pros and cons list of the best way to go about dealing with a certain situation, and take the most educated action you can. Don't necessarily overthink things, but think about them by breaking them down into beneficial aspects, because there is positive overthinking and then there is negative overthinking. A little bit of positive overthinking could look like you're assessing a problem, you're thinking of the pros and cons list and the different options to take and the best path to moving forward. But negative overthinking could be over analyzing and going over those same points you already thought about over and over and over again with no action. So your ancestors want you to know that yes, you breaking down problems is a good thing, and mushrooms may be a significant sign for you. And sometimes mushrooms, the fungi, can help you break down problems and mental blocks if you have been going through any mental blocks. But that is for whoever it resonates with. If those types of things don't cross your mind, then that is not for you. But in general, just breaking down your problems is so important for moving forward in the most divine way possible. But I will read the message from the guidebook now. A mushroom's main purpose is to aid in decomposition. They use enzymes to break down decaying organic matter, feeding themselves in the process. Mushrooms and other fungi are also part of a greater mycelial network, a vast interconnected network of hair-like roots that transfers information to not only other fungi, but plants and trees as well. The mushrooms card supports you as you break down problems into smaller issues and works to solve them separately to make incremental advances in your life. The discoveries you make with every step forward can be used to nourish and enrich future projects. Reflection you can choose to journal about this card offers is: have you run into a challenge that may be best addressed if broken down into smaller pieces? As I was reading this, breaking down problems is definitely an important thing here, and when it was discussing the interconnectedness of the forest and the mushrooms, I was getting that your ancestors may be sending you a message through your dreams or through nature, because I was thinking about that interconnectedness of mushrooms and how just the energy and world overall is all interconnected. So your ancestors may be sending you some messages through dreams and symbolisms that can help you work through your problems. And it might even be like a reusing of a past lesson you have already learned that maybe you have forgotten about. And your ancestors want to bring that to the forefront, to your attention, that a previous problem you have already faced could be beneficial and help for whatever you are currently dealing with. I will now draw a Guardian Angel Oracle card to see what else wants to come through for pile number 2. You got Archangel Raphael. So you're definitely going through a healing chapter of your life right now. And Archangel Raphael is with you, with your ancestors. And I'm getting, as he's looking at the book, that's almost like you looking at your past lessons for guidance and looking at the things you have already healed from and learned from, and how can they be of help today to help with your current problems. But I will read the message from the guidebook for you now. The name Raphael is in Hebrew means God has healed. In Jewish and Christian tradition, Raphael was the archangel of healing. He was believed to have passed on the knowledge of medicinal herbs to Noah. Today, Raphael is also known as the archangel of consecration and dedication. In addition to this, he is associated with science, innovation, and intellectual capability. The archangel of spring, the west, and renewal. Raphael assists with all levels of healing, from individual to global, seeking truth and scientific exploration. His symbols are a caddis, a staff with serpents entwined around it, which is a traditional symbol of medicine, and a book signifying knowledge. His service to the universe is to lead doctors, nurses, and other healers by radiating his loving light through them. Many of us have to contend with physical, emotional, or psychological pain in the course of our life. Working with this archangel can help with this by attracting healing energy into our being. Raphael can bring rest from pain or worry and can dispel negative influences, re-energizing us. He works on many levels, both physical and psychological. He may be able to help a persistent pain to lessen or disappear, or enable us to see an emotional issue in a more positive light. And some symbols of this card are the physical body, the color green, the element of water, west, spring, healing, scientific discovery, and intellectual capability. And an affirmation you can use at this time is, I am transformed and healed as I recognize my connection with the divine. As I was reading this, I was getting that there are some people who use mushrooms in a medicinal way, and that may be beneficial for you, or you may have gone through that. And this is definitely a chapter of healing. Your ancestors are supporting you through your journey of the best way to heal. And through your healing journey, you also learn so much knowledge and wisdom that you wouldn't be able to gain any other way than through personal experience. And your ancestors want you to know that what you've been through, while it may have been hard, it was meant to be to attract your most divine timeline and to provide you the knowledge and lessons you need to go down this next chapter of your path. I will now draw some tarot cards to see what else wants to come through for you. What does pile number 2 need to hear today? Your first tarot card is the Empress. And the Empress has such healing, abundant energy. And in this card, she's holding a newborn child. And she is actually part tree. Like the base of her is a trunk because she is stable. And you are going to be coming into some stability in this next chapter of your life. And with the child being here, I'm getting inner child healing at this time. And that is going to open up new chapters for abundance and a more fruitful life. And abundance, not just in the way of riches and finances, but also of joy and laughter and spending good times with your loved ones. Being abundant isn't just financial. And your ancestors are coming through right now like this motherly energy, and they just want to give you a hug of whatever you've been going through. Everyone's struggles will be a little bit different, but ultimately your ancestors are there with you. Don't forget to feed your soul, just like how the mushrooms feed themselves on decaying matter. I don't recommend you do that for yourself, but your ancestors want to remind you that nourishing yourself will make all of this easier. Nourish yourself with some good whole foods that make you feel good from the inside out. Take care of yourself how you would take care of a child. You wouldn't feed a child a bunch of junk food and be hard on them when they make mistakes. So have that grace for yourself too. When you start talking negatively upon yourself or having judgmental thoughts, remind yourself that we are all children in this world, or we have all been children in this world. We are all forever learning, and we learn things at different rates and at different times of our life, and that's okay. Your ancestors want you to not be so hard on yourself. Be a bit more loving and motherly in your energy towards yourself, and that is self-love and self-care. Let's see, your next tarot card is the Two of Cups. There is definitely something soul-aligned and divine coming in for you. This could be a soulmate, this could be a soul-aligned career path or project or friend, but you're going to feel much more aligned with your outer world, whether that is new friendships, new relationships, new workplaces. But whatever transition you're going through, it's going to be for the best. And white birds, swans may be significant for you. And there is like a heart forming with these swans, and it's going to light your heart chakra up. So that could be many things coming in for you, but it's for the best. So you working through your problems is going to bring this beautiful breakthrough. And let's see, we have the Ace of Cups. Your cup is going to be full. This is like your ancestors handing you that glass of wine, that glass of water, saying, relax, everything is going to be okay. And it's getting like 1, 2, 3, or 3, 2, 1. It's like the countdown before the next chapter of your life opens up. It's like you're graduating from you being hard on yourself, from you breaking down these problems. That's going to transform your inner being, and then that will reflect into your outer world a full cup, a divine life. Of course, there are always problems no matter how beautiful our life is, but it's not going to be as bad as what you're going through right now. And being near water and out in nature may help you with this. And there's also clouds on these cards, so maybe relaxing a little bit in the outdoors, watching the clouds, and just embracing the present moment, because everything is going to be okay. Don't let your problems consume you. Be loving to yourself, be kind to yourself, and the universe will reflect that love back onto you, because you're showing the universe, this is how I deserve to be treated, this is how I deserve to be loved. And the universe is like, yeah, okay, you're finally seeing it. Yes, you do. That is exactly what you deserve. And your ancestors are just so happy for you finally realizing it. And your ancestors want you to have love for yourself. All of your ancestors have all come together through lifetimes to form you. They love you, and they want you to reflect that love upon yourself as well. I will now draw a Moonology card to see what else wants to come through for pile number 2. I keep getting the 3, 2, 1, like the countdown has begun and it's starting. And as I was looking at the mushroom card, I was drawn to just the room word, part of the mushroom word. It's like you're making room for that expansion in your life to happen through healing, and you're going to be making room for something divine. And the card you got was, you are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. Your ancestors want you to know you are good enough. You are more than enough. And if there are certain things that you have been apprehensive to go after with all you got because you feel like, oh, I'm probably not good enough, you're having limiting beliefs and self-sabotaging a little bit, your ancestors are with you and they want to walk with you and help you through this journey, but before they can do that, you have to open yourself up to love. You have to love yourself first in order for those ancestors to step in and help you. I will now read the message from the guidebook for you now. It's time to be really honest with yourself and understand what's led you to ask your question. Have you been humbled to the point of being self-effacing? Humility is good, but it can go too far, and drawing this card suggests you may be underrating yourself. You don't have to be flashy, just quietly certain that you are good enough. At the other end of the scale, you also need to honestly answer this question. Have you been too picky? The full moon in Virgo card needs some truthful answers. Once you've given them, it should be easier to see how you got to where you are. Your next step should then be more obvious to you. Pay attention to the details. Hard work brings results. Find a balance between the cosmic and the mundane in your life. Worrying too much will attract more things to worry about. Have you been overly critical? An apology may be in order. Stop second-guessing yourself. Raise your karma by doing something good for someone else. So you are good enough, and your ancestors want you to stop self-sabotaging. And once you realize that it's only you holding yourself back, things are going to open up beautifully. It's going to be like, yep, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Let's get started. And it's easier to get started when you have confidence within yourself. Like, if you are starting a race and they go, okay, 3, 2, 1, and then you start running, and if you're like, well, I'm not gonna win anyways, and you don't even give it all you got from the start, how do you expect to even have a shot at winning and getting to your goal? So it's much easier to go after what you want to go after when you believe in yourself. And your ancestors want you to know you have what it takes. It's just about having that confidence and love for yourself to show it to the outer world what is within you. So that is your reading for today. I hope it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe for more readings. Have a blessed day.